Okay, we have a mobility class today. We're going to focus a lot on breathing. We're going to focus on pressure management. Then we're going to add more steps, make it more complicated as we move the body more and we get more players involved. So this is prenatal friendly, very prenatal welcoming. You're going to need a rolled up blanket and a yoga block or a book or something, just something to hold. So we're going to start on our right side. Bring your rolled up blanket underneath the right side of your rib cage. Okay, you could always have a foam roller or a soft block as well, but I find the cork blocks are a little bit uncomfortable. But we are trying to compress our right side rib cage so that we can breathe and expand through the left side. Now bring your knees up so they're in line with your hips, and bring your head down to your top arm. Start by taking a breath in, notice where you feel that breath. And exhale, breath out. Maybe bring your hand to your left side rib cage. So I like to bring 4 fingers to the front of my ribs, and I actually come down just to touch the bottom rib, and then I feel the space underneath my ribs. So the space in between my ribs and pelvis. So inhale, ribs expand, really feel like you're sending your breath into your hand, and then exhale that breath out. Keep going. So we can get stuck in shallow breathing patterns. We get stuck sending a lot of our breath forward into our belly. That can be especially a concern during pregnancy, right, where you already have all of this extra load and pressure forward. So we really want to make sure we can breathe laterally, breathe posteriorly, not just during pregnancy, but for everyone. This is for everyone. Breathe in and exhale that entire breath out. Active exhale, ribs wrap in, TAs pull in. Now bring your hand a little bit lower and see if you can breathe into your low back, low waist. Can your TAs, your transverse abdominals, stretch and lengthen, and then exhale, pull in. Do that one more time. And exhale. Now, how does it feel to reach your left arm out? Reach it straight out in front of you. Relax your trap, relax your shoulder, breathe in. And exhale, open up, reach your top arm back behind you. Feel this wonderful stretch. Only go as far as feels comfortable, and then exhale. Close your hand back down to the floor. Breathe in. Use your exhale to widen. Your legs are hugging into your block. Inhale, breath here. And close. Good. As you do this one more time, keep thinking of that same expansion through the side of your waist, and think of sending your breath down into your pelvic floor on your inhale, and exhale, a gentle gathering and lifting of your pelvic floor. Now come on up onto your bottom forearm. You can move your blanket roll out of the way and grab your block. Set it up on the highest height, plug down through your bottom forearm. We're finding a lot more abdominals right away here. Exhale to lift your hips up, press your hand into your block. Inhale, lower. Exhale, lift through your hips and press through your left hand. Let's hold this next one at the top. Exhale, your ribs are wrapping and your pelvic floor is lifting. Inhale, soften it. Maintain the position. And exhale, press your hand down into the block. Relax, lengthen, inhale. Contract, press. Exhale for 2. Can you feel the ability for your pelvic floor to lengthen down? And then pull up and contract. Lay your hips back down. Switch sides. I'm going to turn around so that I'm still facing you. Bring your blanket roll underneath your left side waist. Left rib cage. block in between your knees, pull your knees up to hip height. Think about your spinal position, so you're trying to keep your spine quite long. If you're really struggling with the back body expansion, you can pull your knees further in towards your chest. Melt your head down, relax into what is underneath the left side of your waist, and expand your rib cage up towards your ceiling. Exhale, feel that wrapping in. Ribs winding towards each other, and expand. Feel free to bring your hand to your rib cage. Exhale, breath. Good. Do that a few more times. See what feels different on this side. Make sure you're not lifting away from what's underneath you, but you're letting your ribs move. One more breath here, big side body expansion. Maybe you bring your hand to your low back, you get that back body, low waist expansion, and exhale, active exhale out. A little bit of adductor squeezing. Now your top hand reaches out, reach your top arm, your right arm long, inhale here, exhale to open, inhale, stay. Oh, this wonderful spinal mobility, and then close it back up. Let's go again. Exhale to widen. Inhale, soft belly, length through your pelvic floor. A little bit harder to feel that length and breath down into your pelvic floor in this supine side lying position. So try to work on it here. One more opportunity. Inhale, breath. And close back up, pelvic floor lifts, TAs engaged, nicely done. Come on up onto your left form. You can move the blanket roll out of the way, grab your block and reach it out in front of you. Use your exhale, gather through your ribcage, lift through your hips, press through your block. Feel your shoulders move away from your ears. Lower your hips, lengthen it on down, and then exhale, active press into your block. Tons of obliques. Let's hold this one at the top. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, press, press, press. Imagine that something is still between your thighs. Exhale to squeeze, contract, and lift. Inhale, breathe. Exhale, squeeze. We're contracting and lifting. Inhale, we're lengthening the pelvic floor down. One more. Press, press, press into your block. And then let it go. Come all the way down. Swing yourself around. Bring your blanket roll underneath your belly. One more breathing exercise, and then we're going to take that with us as we start to move more. So bring your blanket roll between your belly and your thighs. Right, whatever the size of your belly right now. If you are growing something in there, just accommodate for that, gently pressing down. Your forearms can come down. The weight of your hips should be back on your heels, and if you can't quite get there, you can bring a block underneath your sit bones. And then instead of rounding, if you look at the screen for a second, instead of rounding all in the upper back, upper thoracic here, see if you can feel this nice even rounding throughout your entire spine, melting into your blanket roll and inhaling length and expansion into your back body. Notice if you haven't felt that sensation back here in a while. Maybe we need some more of this in our day. Two more slow breaths. Inhale here. Exhale, let it out. Good. Come on up. We are done with the blanket. Keep your block. Bring your block in between your thighs. Find a hands and knees kneeling position. Now, visualize the crown of your head lengthening towards the front of your room, your tailbone lengthening towards the back. Notice your head positions. Don't be looking down. Don't be looking up, but long through the back of your neck. So if you have forward head posture, really work on finding this good, efficient neck position here. Use your exhale breath to squeeze into the block and then let it go. Exhale, squeeze. Inhale, release. Let's do 5. Exhale for 4. So our adductors really help us get into our pelvic floor, into our abdominals. 2. But feel that lengthening as well. Now make sure you have a good hug down of your left armpit towards your left side waist. Actually bring your right hand towards your scapula, like not quite there, but on the outside of your waist here by your ribs, your upper ribs, your scapula, the back of your shoulder. This is where your serratus muscles, they wrap around your ribs. So feel this press, this push. See if you could feel them come on here. And now you're balancing on 3 points instead of 4 points. Let's find some endurance. Hold this here. Breathe in. Exhale it out. One more breath. I know it's a lot of work. Push through each individual fingertip. Now keep that activation here. Bring your hand to your forehead. Exhale, rotate towards the right, any amount. Inhale, sternum, chest bone comes right back down. And exhale. Coordinate your breath with the movement. Initiate the exhale. And then rotate. Soften your belly, soften your pelvic floor. So release the contraction in between. Let's do it one more time. Make sure it's not all upper trap here. And release. Let's switch sides. So now you have your right hand underneath you, your left hand reaching around, finding that serratus muscle. So grabbing on, making sure you're trapped, your upper trap. Make sure you can look left, look right. There's space there. Hug your armpit down. Feel this squeeze. Gentle pressure into your block. Still long head to tail. Notice if your head has dropped. Clients do that a lot, so the longer you spend here, the more challenge through those muscles along the back of your neck. So we're working them right now against gravity in a unique way. Keep pressing, pressing, pressing through your right hand. Try to feel a little bit of a burn. Some more endurance here. You want to feel like your elbow is pointed back towards your knee, so not out towards the side of your room. We've got that nice external rotation through the shoulder. Press, press, press. Take another breath. Now left hand comes to your forehead. Inhale. Exhale. Rotate open. Keep your serratus on. Keep those same breath mechanics. Wide breath. Exhale. Rotate. Hip bones stay facing down, so pressing into the block helps keep you steady there. We have 2 more. Exhale the entire breath out. So give yourself some time to get your exhale out so we can make space for the inhale. Good. Lower down. Take a gentle cat-cow. So lengthen. Find full spinal extension. And exhale. Full spinal flexion. Breathe it forward. Try to move your entire spine and exhaling it back. Good. Taking that all with us now as we come up into another position, more movements. We're going to go from kneeling to standing. So find a staggered position here, a low lunge shape with your right leg in front. Your left knee is right underneath your left hip. Reach your block, whatever you've got, your book straight out in front of you. So your spine is long here. Now we're going to rotate to the left. So we're going to rotate not towards our front leg, but away from our front leg. Breathe it back to center. Lean your weight forward. Tuck your back toes. Gather through your abdominals. Lift through your pelvic floor. and lift it on up. Now pull the block in towards your chest, actually connect it with your chest, like towards your sternum. And exhale, rotate towards your front leg, now towards the right. Just a gentle rotation. Feel that twist through your mid-back. Breathe it back through center, lower your back knee down, lengthen on up, reach your blocks straight out. Let's do that again. So this is an open rotation. Center. Okay, so a closed rotation would be like maybe taking your hand to your leg and pressing and reaching for more rotation. Hinge forward, tuck your toes, lift. But now we're just finding as much rotation as we can. We're bringing the block to our chest to really make sure that we're not cheating through the shoulders, but we're keeping it through the spine. Center, lower your back leg, stack your spine, reach the block out. Let's do it 2 more times. Exhale to rotate. Find some rhythm and some flow. Lean it forward. Tuck and lift. Block comes in towards your chest. Exhale. Ribs wrap in. Soften your shoulders. Back through center. Lower your back knee. Lengthen your spine. Keep going. Some other pregnancy considerations, prenatal considerations are just, widening your feet. Some balance considerations, right? Since your center of mass is changing. Exhale, rotate towards your forward leg. Center and keeping that rotation gentle, making sure it feels good. And lift. Bring your right knee underneath you. Lower your block. Stack your arms one on top of the other. Hinge your hips back. Feel this wonderful length through your glutes, through your tailbone. And exhale, gather and lift. Lower down, ribs widen. Breathe 360 degrees. And exhale. Inhale, pelvic floor relaxes down. Exhale, pelvic floor lifts up. Let's do 3, 2, just a little bit of warmth and movement through the low body. 1 more. And switch sides. So this is not meant to be the hardest workout you've ever done. It's meant to work on your breath mechanics, your rib cage mobility, your mobility to breathe, no matter what stage of life you are in. So reach your blocks straight out. Now use your exhale, rotate to the right, away from your forward leg. Inhale, sternum faces forward, hinge forward, tuck your back toes, lift up. Lots of glutes, lots of hamstrings. Pull your block towards you, connect it to your chest, and rotate. Return. Land your back knee with so much control. Lengthen your spine up. Reach the block out. Inhale, grow really tall. Exhale. Rotate right. Breathe it through center. Hinge it forward. Tuck and lift. Block hugs in. So we've got this movement through the scapula. Unwind from that rotation. Lower back down. Lengthen your spine back up. Rotate right. 2 more times. Inhale. Hinge, lift, tuck. We're getting this nice work through our feet, foot and ankle mobility. This is helpful for gait, for balance. Lengthen it up. Stretch the block back out. 1 more time. Feel your inner thighs warm, moving towards each other. Glide the block towards your sternum. Rotate, breathe. Center, lower, lengthen on up. Stack your forearms, come back into that hip hinge. Make sure your legs are not parallel, not one in front of the other. Lower down, feel this length, 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 and lift. So you're coming all the way down as low as you can while keeping your spine long without actually sitting back on your feet. I love this one to get space through the back of the pelvis, space through the back of the pelvic floor. If you struggle with pelvic floor tension, really feel that length on the way down. And then lift without tilting your pelvis, without coming into that posterior tilt at the top. without finding that anterior tilt as you go back in space. Let's do 5. Maybe speeding it up a little bit if you feel like you've got that breath. If you feel like you've got your adductors, your pelvic floor, your abdominals, your rib cage and diaphragm all working together. For 2. 1 more. Good, and just find a seat, a comfortable seat. We'll breathe 1 more time together. So if you need something to prop your hips up on, like a cushion, you can do that. Feel like both your sit bones are grounded. Now bring your hands to your rib cage again. I like to bring 4 fingers to the front, my thumb to the back. Soften your shoulders, take a deep breath in. Can you breathe into your hands, not your shoulders, neck? And exhale. Maybe close your eyes down, breath in, breath down, down, down into your pelvic floor, and exhale, lifting back up. So we're gonna stay here breathing, take 4 or 5 more rounds of breath. I want you to visualize like the breath, like your resting pelvic floor is on the first floor of your home, and as you inhale, you're lengthening, you're relaxing your pelvic floor down to the basement. As you exhale, you're finding a gentle contraction up to the 2nd or 3rd floor. As you inhale, you're coming down, back down to the basement of your home. And exhale, 2nd or 3rd floor, gentle contraction through the muscles of your pelvic floor. So these are gentle Kegels. Now let's make it just a little bit more. So let's think 50% of our strength. So inhale down to the basement. Exhale, this time come up to the 3rd or 4th. We were on the 2nd or 3rd, so come up to the 4th or 5th floor. But there's 10 floors in your home, so you're only at 50%. Inhale down to the basement. Now bearing down would be like coming underneath the foundation of the home, if you can kind of start to imagine how this pressure is working. And exhale, come up to the 4th or 5th floor. Contract. Okay, let's do it 1 more time. Relax down. The ribs widen, they make space for your organs. And exhale. Pelvic floor coming up, 4th or 5th floor. Good, now let's try 5 times. Can you contract really quick? And relax really quick. Relax, contract and relax it all right away. It's just a quick flick. And relax. And relax. 1 more. And relax. And let it all go. Okay, no tension. Let's swirl our body around a little bit. Make a spiral with your spine, so round back. Feel the weight travel from your left sit bone to your right sit bone, round your spine, and then a little bit of extension as you come forward, kind of massaging the pelvic floor area. And then draw that circle in the opposite direction. So just knowing if you tend to clench more through your pelvic floor, if you tend to hold more tightness, you can work more on the relaxation. Or if you're someone who's pretty loosey-goosey down there all the time, you can work more on finding more of that contraction, but starting to know you and your individual patterns to assist with your pelvic floor health. We all have a pelvic floor, and we can all improve the mechanics of it, and that will affect our pelvis, it will affect our entire kinetic chain, because everything is connected. So I hope you enjoyed that. Feel like you can breathe a little bit bigger, smoother, and you have that mobility and connection to your pelvic floor. Thanks for being here.